Hello there guys, and before we get to the actual video, I just want to take a moment of your time to remind you that we do have an active giveaway happening on the channel. We are giving away Xbox One and Beats headphones. All you have to do to enter the giveaway is subscribe to my channel, subscribe to Trill Era channel who are sponsoring this giveaway for me, follow me and them on Instagram, and have this or any other of my videos shared at least on one of your social media accounts. And that's it. 3 simple steps will take you a minute to have a chance to win this wonderful Xbox and Beats headphones. Super easy to enter. All the links will be left in video description below to help you out do it quicker. And that's about it. I will be doing the draw live on this channel as soon as we reach 20,000 subscribers, so do not hesitate, hit that sub button, tell your friends, tell them to hit the sub button and follow us on Instagram, and perhaps you will be the lucky one to walk away with an Xbox One. And today we are back again with another war video. This time it's against MMX and it's in off season, so it's kind of fairly casual war, so I'm not going to be using like a lot of items or boosts or anything like that. We're going in with Quake and Nick Fury and Goldpool for the heal synergy. And first fight is path 4 in section 1, so it's like Spite and that unstoppable path, which is fairly kind of annoying fight typically because you can place a lot of annoying defenders there like Domino and so on. But this time we have Rogue, so Rogue is fairly easy opponent. We do not want to trigger Spite, so we're just gonna kind of casually heavy and parry everything. She's going down fairly quickly, and that's gonna be there about it. So even without boosts, but since we have Suicide Masteries on, half a minute in the fight she's almost down, so we just need to wait for another set of concussions. 40 seconds, the fight is over. So Rogue is definitely kind of like a diversity placement here, fairly easy fight, nothing to worry about too much. And next fight is going to be a bit more interesting because that is a Spite aspect of war node, and we have Invisible Woman on it, and Invisible Woman can be slightly tricky occasionally. And so I just figured I'm gonna have some fun. I'm gonna take in Nick Fury and just gonna try and get her down as quickly as we can, not worrying about eating too much damage. So the game plan here is fairly simple, just attack as often as possible. We did make a slip up here. I did do a second hit on my parry stand, which let her kind of punish me afterwards. So we did eat a combo, but nonetheless, so the game plan is still the same. Just do as much damage as we can. Don't worry about her special 3. Eat that special 3, which is going to like kill me, but that will activate my real Nick Fury and I'll be able to do even more damage. And she's going to be at like no power, so I should have at least some window of opportunity to get a couple of combos in before Spite gets her back up to level 3, because when Nick Fury dies, he gets that Fury buff that will affect Spite, and she's going to be under constant power gain. But as we can see, she's at 29%, so we did a fairly good job. Now we're just throwing our level 1, because I knew that level 1 is fairly long animation, and that should take care of the unstoppable after special attack from Aspect of War. And now another like combo and a half and the fight is over. So this worked out fairly well for us, kind of like a bit different method of dealing with this fight, I suppose. And now there's going to be a first kind of like mistake of the war, but once again this is an off-season war, therefore like we weren't like really trying to be serious about this. So if we were, I would not have went in this fight. I would have let my teammates take care of it, but I figured I'll still give it a go with Quake. And the plan was fairly simple: eat some brute force damage and stun him, and whenever we get a chance land in like a hit or two. But here's gonna be the problem: he's a bit harder to parry with Quake than initially thought, because his second attack is I think ranged attack, and you can't parry that one. So now I probably should have thrown my heavy attack there, but I got a bit confused. I ate a couple of hits, as we can see that our health is diminishing rapidly, and yeah, that fight did not really go my way whatsoever. We did take him down to 71%, but that's about it. And now I just need to finish him off somehow. Once again, I probably shouldn't even try this fight. I'll let my teammates handle it, but we weren't like concerned about winning or losing, just kind of like getting as far as we can, because neither of the sides really tried too hard in this war. We still ended up winning this war, just because we kind of like explored more, but I don't think any of the teams actually went for the bosses or took them down. So it kind of went who got further with like very little resources, I suppose. But here Nick Fury is almost finished with this stealth suit Spider-Man. So that's it. Like, we started already with the real Nick Fury. We had more health than 30%. That's why I was like somewhat confident I can get it down. And I knew that Nick Fury will hit really hard. And he did. And so we kind of like won the fight with time over there. And now in section 2, I'm on path number 6. And basically they have limited immunity here and boost buff, which I don't think really matters much. But we're gonna flex out our Goldpool because why not? And yeah, so Goldpool goes in here against this Darkhawk, and it's definitely not a good matchup. We can't bleed the opponent, we are in class disadvantage, and we don't even really want to kind of knock this Darkhawk down as well. So that yeah, definitely isn't the perfect fight for Goldpool. However, we do have like Quake, Nick Fury mastery working for us, so we do have these 3 away charges that will help us if we do happen to slip up. Also, if we do eat some hits, we have regeneration available on Goldpool, and the game plan is going to be fairly simple here. Just push him to his level 1s, block his level 1s, try to wait the last hit of level 1 so we can punish it, and then go in and slowly but surely take this Darkhawk down. So as we can see here, 1 minute in the fight, we got him to 62%. It's not too bad. We're like on time, on budget as well, health-wise, because he's definitely lower than we are. So we are winning kind of the exchange of eating damage, because we are eating quite a bit of damage from Darkhawk's level 1s. But so long as we can outpace him with like our regular hits, our regular combos, in health bar wise, then I'm not too worried. So this definitely isn't like a perfect way to deal with Darkhawk, but it's good enough for this war. Why not? And besides, Goldpool wants some AW action too, so yeah, let's check how well he can do, I suppose. And yeah, so once again, we're just blocking that level 1 and punishing it, and that's about it. So 61 hits and he's at 28% now, going down. So we're definitely not short on time. We do, however, need to make sure that we do maintain the pace, because if he refuses to throw his level 1, we are in risk of timing out. So that kind of is an issue, but at the same time, I'm fairly kind of confident that we will be okay, especially now he's in assassin's range. Now, even I have assassins only at like 1, but it still does help fairly substantially. And yeah, last 5%, so there should be 1 more combo and that should seal the fight. 86 hits, Goldpool wins. And yeah, that's about it. So we got full attack bonus in this one. And now we have to deal with Mr. Sinister. Obviously, when I was selecting my team, I saw the opponents beforehand, and I planned to use Quake for both of these guys, but Quake died. So now against Mr. Sinister, I kind of want to see how much we can do with Goldpool. And then if that doesn't work out, I'll just revive the Quake, because yeah, I don't mind using like a revive and a potion here and there. I'm still kind of like saving up on my boosts and stuff though. But yeah, so here we are going to make like one fairly big mistake against this Mr. Sinister, and that is not the fact that I pushed him to level 2, because that's perfectly fine. I don't mind evading him, plus a concussion gives us a short willpower heal. My problem was that I tried to rely on Nick Fury synergy with Quake and evaded automatically. However, I forgot that concussion applies at beginning of the level 2. So I basically ended up standing there like an idiot eating that level 2. And yeah, well, stuff happens, I suppose. So I'm using like a small revive. I'm gonna give Quake 1 potion just to push her above 18% health, in order not to kind of get messed about by Assassin's Mastery if opponents have it. And we're going back in with Quake. And for Quake, this no retreat Mr. Sinister is fairly easy, so we can kind of alternate in between heavy dex and heavy parry, just because we can dash back once, obviously, with no retreat node on, but we can't do it continuously. So if I want to eat a bit less block damage, I can dex 1 hit and then parry next one, and then see what opponent does. So you just need to be kind of careful how often you dash back. Ideally, obviously, you just want to heavy parry. That is like less confusing and still super simple, straightforward fight. And as we can see here, that Goldpool Nick Fury synergy healed us up a bit, so we do have a bit of room for error with our like parries and blocked hits and stuff like that. So we're at 29%, which is still slightly above on what we started, I believe, or close to that anyways. And now we just need to wait for the next set of concussions and we are home free. So Mr. Sinister goes down, and now we have one more fight in this war, which is going to be this Annihilus. And after that was like me done. And then some people did have a go at the Domino, I think. I don't even remember if we took her down. We just kind of like stopped pushing because, yeah, it's off season. There's no reason to kind of like go hard on these wars. And yeah, so Quake goes in against Annihilus. Now Annihilus is fairly tricky for Quake, to be fair. Just because his moveset is a bit different, and it's also kind of like weird. I don't know, it's kind of often difficult to notice when he finishes his combo and when not, because after each of his strikes there's like a little pause, and I still sometimes get clipped by him just because I think that he has finished his combo, and it turns out he hasn't. And yeah, so I end up getting clipped now and then. But overall, if you're using Quake against Annihilus, there's nothing too difficult. It's your standard Quake fight. As we can see, he's going down fairly quickly. But since this is the last fight of the war for me, that will be me done for today. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit that subscribe button, hit all the buttons. Make sure you have that bell icon clicked as well in order to stay notified. And I am going to catch you guys soon. Laters.